For this side panel, I can keep the same shape for all the sizes. So move the same amount, 2.5 centimeter, the point at the hem. However, if I move this point to 2.5 centimeter, same as the underarm point, the armhole curve looks not very good. Hi, I'm Jin. Welcome back to Pattern Studio 101. Let's practice grading. Make the pattern bigger and smaller. The grading we are going to practice today is this, drop shoulder hoodie. We created this pattern from scratch in my previous videos. So if you haven't watched them yet, I'll leave the link in the description box. I'm going to start with the back body, then front body, pocket, hood, neckband, and sleeves. Let's see what we can do for today, and I'll continue in the next video. The grading rule is 10 centimeter increment at the chest. So if you want to increase 20 centimeter at the chest, then you can double the amount I show you in this video. If you want to increase only 5 centimeter, then you can move half amount. Before we start grading this hoodie sweatshirt, I want to take a moment to answer one of the questions I get asked most often by my students. The question is, what is the industrial rule for grading? The short answer is, there is no single industrial rule for grading. Grading is not a fixed formula that applies to every brand or every garment. It really depends on who your target customer is and how you want to serve that customer through the fit. Let's look at a simple example. If you're making children's wear, you usually grade garments by age, like 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, and so on. In this case, you increase not only the chest circumference, but also the garment length, because children are growing both wider and taller. However, even then, there is no exact rule for how many centimeters a child grows each year. Every child grows at a different rate. Now, if you're working on women's wear or men's wear, the situation is different. Many brands increase the chest circumference as they grade sizes, but they don't always increase the garment length. At the same time, we all know that adults don't all have the same height. Because of this, some brands do choose to increase length along with width when grading. This is why grading is always a brand decision. People have different body shapes, sizes, height, and weight. And it's up to you to decide the grading increment that best represents your brand. For example, if you design very fitted garment, you might want to use smaller size increment so more customers can enjoy a precise close fit. On the other hand, if you design boxy or relaxed fit garment, larger increments can work better because one size can comfortably cover a wide range of body sizes. One thing I really want you to focus on is ratio. If we take the chest circumference increase as 100%, the key question becomes, what percentage should the neckline, bicep, armhole depth, and other measurements increase by in order to maintain good proportion as the size grows? Understanding these relationships is the most important part of grading. Not memorizing numbers, but understanding proportion. With that in mind, let's move on to today's project and start grading our hoodie. This is the pattern, drop shoulder hoodie sweatshirt. Let's start with the back body. Since the grading rule is 10 centimeter at the chest, this is the quarter body. So we're going to increase 25% of 10 centimeter at the chest and the waist. The 25%, 2.5 centimeter. So the side seam will move out 2.5 centimeter. This is a design seam. If you want to make this triangle area bigger by sizes, you can do this. But I would keep the same size and shape throughout all the sizes. So the underarm point and where the seam starts and these 2 points at the hem, all of them move out 2.5 centimeter. And the waistband is growing the same 2.5 centimeter. Underarm point moves only for the chest increment. It's not going up and down. So even if we don't want to increase the garment length, we still need to increase the armhole depth. So this is the original armhole depth. Since we don't move the underarm point, the shoulder point needs to move up. 12 to 13% would be good. So I moved up this point 1.3 centimeter. Not only going up, the shoulder point needs to move out to increase the shoulder width. So this is half of the shoulder width. The shoulder width increment could be 25% of chest increment. So half of 25%, so 12 to 13%. So the shoulder point move out 1.3 centimeter, move up 1.3 centimeter. So we increase the armhole depth and the shoulder width. High shoulder point will go up the same amount the shoulder point went up. So the shoulder point went up 1.3 centimeter. So the high shoulder point, the same amount, 1.3 centimeter. And also it needs to move out to increase the neck width. So this is half of the original neck width. We're going to increase the neck width 12% of the chest circumference increment. And because this is half of it, 6%. So 0.6 centimeter. So the high shoulder point, 1.3 centimeter up and 0.6 centimeter out. Since we move up 1.3 centimeter to the high shoulder point, if we keep the center back neck point, the back neck drop increment is 1.3 centimeter. I think this is a little bit too much. So the center back neck point should go up 0.6 centimeter. Then the back neck drop increment is now 0.7 centimeter, right? So even if I said we are not going to grade the garment length, because we need to increase the armhole depth, the back neck length is growing technically 0.6 centimeter. It's a really small amount, but still it is growing. Front body can be the same. 0.6 centimeter at the center front, 0.6 centimeter out, and 1.3 centimeter up for the high shoulder point. For the shoulder point, 1.3 centimeter out and up. Side seam, 2.5 centimeter out. So exactly the same as back body grading. For this side panel, I can keep the same shape for all the sizes. So move the same amount, 2.5 centimeter, the point at the hem. However, if I move this point 2.5 centimeter, same as the underarm point, the armhole curve looks not very good. So I want to draw the armhole curve smooth and nice first, and then find the point for this design seam. So as you can see, this is a little bit smaller than the hem. You might want to draw the seam like this. It's up to you. It's not going to change the fit. You can choose the line you want for the proportion you want or your convenience. Okay, the hemband, same, 2.5 centimeter. And the pocket, you don't have to grade the pocket if you want, but I'm going to grade the pocket half amount of the front body. So because we increased the front body 2.5 centimeter at the side seam, I increased only 1 centimeter for the pocket. The drill holes are moving 1 centimeter, and the pocket itself is bigger now. Okay, the body grading is done. Based on the body grading we did, we're gonna grade the hood, neckband, and sleeve patterns next time. If this video helped you in any way, please give it a like, hit the subscribe button, and drop a comment. Your support really means the world to me. Have an awesome week. See you next time. Hey, did you know I have a masterclass all about pants balance? I'll walk you through how to draft a solid pants base frame and how to fix balance issues, especially if you're working with existing patterns. So many fit problems can be solved just by understanding pant balance. If you're tired of guessing and want real clarity, head over to patternstudio101.com and check it out. You do not want to miss this.